Hello and welcome. Today, join us as we take a 13-hour flight from Seattle, Washington to Taipei, Taiwan. We are flying EVA Airways Royal Laurel Business Class. So join me and find out what it's like. Welcome to EVA Flight BR25. BR25 is a daily service connecting Seattle, Washington to Taipei, Taiwan, covering a distance of just over 6,000 miles with a scheduled flight time of 13 hours. For this route, EVA flies a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. This particular 787 has been in service for about 4 years. Now this flight would be the first of a two-leg journey. Once we get to Taipei, we'll be connecting to a second flight headed for Bangkok, Thailand. Now this is a late night flight, so the airport isn't too busy. As you would expect, EVA has dedicated check-in counters for elite members and Royal Laurel passengers. There were no big lines and check-in was fast, efficient and friendly. Having completed check-in, we proceed through security and head over to the S gates for our departure. Having reached the S gates, of course, our next stop is the lounge. Now, EVA doesn't have much presence in Seattle, so this is a contract lounge shared with several other airlines. The lounge is nothing spectacular, but overall it's pretty nice, spacious with lots of different seating options, whether you want to get some work done, eat some food, or just relax. The food selection isn't huge, but pretty good and certainly good enough for this time of night. And of course there is a decent bar with a good selection and all drinks are complimentary. Think it's time for a Prosecco. Okay, it's time to board. Boarding is pretty routine and of course Royal Laurel passengers get priority boarding. It's always a good feeling to turn left when you board a plane. For this route, EVA offers its newest and best Royal Laurel cabin. There are just 34 Royal Laurel seats in a staggered 1-2-1 configuration. There are just two classes on this aircraft, Royal Laurel and Economy. I have to say, I do like the 787 Dreamliner with its improved cabin pressure and larger windows. Definitely helps make a long flight more comfortable. Once seated, we are promptly offered a hot towel and a welcome drink. Of course, I opt for the champagne. With boarding completed, we push back and taxi out to the runway. I have to say, the James Bond themed safety video is pretty entertaining. And right on schedule, we are on our way. So apparently the new cabin is BMW designed, and frankly it shows. The seat is not the biggest, but big enough. Each seat has a side table, and the arrangement is staggered, so alternating rows either have the seat directly next to the aisle or a table in between the seat and the aisle. If you like a window seat, rows 2, 5, 7 and 9 have the seat directly against the window with the table between the seat and the aisle for a more private feel. What's more, these seats also have a retractable privacy screen. These seats also have a little more room in the footwell, but they do lack the side table storage area that the direct aisle seats have. My wife had the more private window seat, and I had the direct aisle window seat in front of her. Okay, time to check out the seat. So the seat is not only stylish, but it's also very comfortable and practical. Of course, the seat will recline to any angle and also configures to a fully flat bed for sleeping. More on that later. There's a large tray table for dining or working, and the large side table is very handy for drinks or other items you want to keep close at hand without having to keep the tray table out. There's a magazine rack, plenty of storage under the side table, various seat controls, AC and USB charging outlets, a remote for the in-flight entertainment system, and a handy storage locker where you'll find noise-cancelling headphones, a bottle of water, and the amenities kit. Let's go ahead and check out the amenities kit. The kit comes in this really nice Armani branded case and contains a keyring, dental kit, a folding hairbrush, earplugs, facial mist, lip moisturizer, hand and body lotion, this change purse, and a sleep mask. Pretty nice, I have to say. Now, in addition to the amenities kit, EVA also provides slippers and the much hyped Jason Wu pajamas that I will be modeling for you later on. Next, let's check out the in-flight entertainment system. The IFE has an 18-inch touchscreen display that can also be operated from this remote. There's a pretty good selection of movies and TV shows, lots of other information, and tech geeks like me will really love the interactive flight map system. Overall, the system is intuitive, responsive, and there's plenty of content to keep you entertained, even on a long flight like this one. With this being a night flight, the crew wasted no time in getting the meal service underway. Starting with drinks, hors d'oeuvres, and appetizers, and then onto the main course. For the main course, there are several options to choose from to satisfy most tastes, but there are additional choices available for pre-order online ahead of the flight. We took advantage of the online pre-order and I opted for the pork loin, which was very good. Also worth mentioning at this point that throughout the flight the service was excellent, always attentive, efficient and super friendly. And the drinks menu didn't disappoint either, with a good selection of quality champagne and wines, spirits, beer, and other cold and hot drink options. Okay, time to get some sleep. So first I head to the bathroom to change into my Jason Wu pajamas, which is no easy task in this tiny bathroom. Pretty snazzy, I have to say, and super comfortable. Meanwhile, back at my seat, the super efficient flight attendants get my seat ready for the night. First by fitting a nice soft mattress pad, and then adding this super cozy quilt. Okay, time to convert my seat to a bed and get some sleep. Good night. Bed was very comfortable and I managed to get a really good night's sleep. Now I guess it's time for some breakfast. First up, some granola and fruit, followed by a frittata with chicken and potato, very tasty. All accompanied by a nice cappuccino, and of course a mimosa. Well, it is vacation, right? So, breakfast finished, time to get changed and freshen up. And pretty soon after, we were starting our descent into Taipei and preparing for arrival. Still dark, of course, we began to see the lights of Taiwan. And a few minutes later, we touched down in Taipei, a full hour ahead of schedule. Time to say goodbye to the wonderful cabin crew who took such good care of us during our flight. Very good service, right? Because we were connecting to another flight, we headed to the lounge. Now, because we were so far ahead of schedule, the lounge hadn't yet opened. But we only had to wait a few minutes. There are actually two EVA lounges side by side here. The Infinity Lounge, exclusively for Royal Laurel passengers, and the Star Lounge, intended for elite members and Star Alliance Gold, but also available to Royal Laurel passengers. Both lounges offer the same amenities, but the Infinity Lounge has a more modern design, whereas the Star Lounge has a more traditional decor. Also, the Star Lounge tends to get a bit more crowded as the airport gets busier. Both lounges are very comfortable with plenty of space and various seating options, whether you want to work, eat, watch TV, or just chill. If you like to do some plane spotting, you're out of luck in this lounge. The only view is of the departures hall below. Shortly after we arrived, the staff began putting out the breakfast buffet. There was a good variety with plenty of Western and Asian options, and the food was very good. There's also a small self-serve bar with a decent variety of spirits, wine and beer, as well as additional hot and cold drink options. With about 4 hours to kill, I decided to take advantage of the shower facilities. If you plan on taking a shower, it's a good idea to get your name on the list early. Once you check in for a shower, you are handed a buzzer to alert you when your shower room is ready. The shower facilities are top-notch, with everything you need and super clean. Overall, the lounge was perfect to get refreshed and re-energized and ready for the next leg of our trip. I guess one last thing to talk about is pricing. Now, we used points for this flight, specifically Air Canada Aeroplan points. For the one-way ticket from Seattle to Bangkok in Royal Laurel Business, we paid 87,500 points plus around $100 in fees. If we were only flying as far as Taipei, it would have been just 75,000 points. If you were to pay cash for this flight, it would be around $3,600 to Taipei and just fractionally more to complete the journey to Bangkok. So overall, I have to say our experience with EVA Royal Laurel was excellent, and I would definitely recommend it for a long-haul flight to Asia. If you want to check out the Taipei to Bangkok flight review or other flights from our trip, please check out the channel. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.